guys, and welcome back to the I'm Talking podcast. I'm your host, Ailani, and I'm so excited to be back. I am feeling much better. How are you guys feeling? How's your summer? My summer has been kind of like all over the place. As you guys know, I was sick a couple weeks back, and it took me a while to recover. And I wouldn't say only physically, like mentally. It took me a while to recover from being sick. And it kind of sucks. Like, who wants to be sick in the summer? I think, I don't know how long I was sick for. Maybe like 2 weeks? Maybe, I don't know. But it was for too long. It was for too long. Let's just say that. Um, so yeah, I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling pumped. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. I thought I was gonna have like uh you know an adventurous girl summer, and I am pretty much having a working girl summer. I have been busting my behind. I've been working. I started some new families that I'm working with, so that's exciting. But also, that comes with having less time because I don't have employees, so it's just me and it's my time. So, whatever time I have within the week is when I have to schedule people in. And it can be very frustrating and also very draining at times. Like, I don't have energy certain days for anything, um, but it's very rewarding as well. So, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I kind of wanted to take a step back and speak about something that I was dealing with for these couple weeks because yes, it is summer. I want to be out. I want to be doing fun stuff, but also, especially after being sick, I was pretty much like a couch potato, and not even a couch potato. I was just stuck, which is the point of this episode. It's how to get unstuck. Um, so I pretty much, and I have to say that this is my current favorite of the week. I don't think I have any other favorites at the moment. Mm, I do. My other favorite is If You Are in Charlotte. I didn't feel lost. I wouldn't say lost, but after being sick, and even while I was sick, but especially after, I had zero motivation. And I did not want to do anything. I barely even wanted to cook. Like, we were eating out a lot, which is kind of bad, but I just was not, I was not feeling it, and neither kind of was he. So, usually, like, if I don't cook, he'll cook, but like, we both were in like this little funk, and I don't know, like, I didn't want to speak to people. I didn't want to go out and do things. I didn't want to sit and record. I literally was just laying on the couch. From that, I would go to the bed. I would watch TV. I would work, obviously, because I'm still working, but like, I just had no motivation. I did not go to the gym. So that was a little hard for me because usually I'll get like my motivation and kind of my energy from working out, whether I'm working out at home or at the gym. But I was not doing anything. I wasn't doing yoga. I think I only did maybe 2 or 3 days of like meditation in these past couple weeks, but I literally was not doing anything. And I just felt like, why am I feeling like this? Like, I literally had no words to describe how I felt. And then Sunday, I'm listening to a podcast, and I listen to this podcast a lot. It's called you guys have to try the Mama's Caribbean Grill. I think that's what it's called. It's in Uptown on like Central, I believe it is. I'm not 100% sure. Even though I've lived down here for almost 5 years now, 4 years, I think, 4, 5. Oh my god, my brain is all over the place. I still am not familiar with like Uptown and the streets and all that. But look it up. Mama's Caribbean Grill, the food, oh my god, delicious. Literally killed it. And we just got like one large tray so that we can share because my boyfriend eats like that's all he ate growing up. But for me, it was like I haven't had anything like that in a while. So I was like, let's just share it. We got some jerk chicken, some rice and peas, cabbage, and collard greens, I think, with like two beef patties and a pineapple soda. You have to get the pineapple soda because that's just what you drink when you're eating that food. But the food was so bomb, guys. Like, we literally could have sat and killed maybe like two trays of that, like two or three trays of the food because it was so good. So those are my two favorites. Definitely the Mama's Grill, Mama's Caribbean Grill, and Atomic Habits because both of them kind of like uplifted my mood a little bit. Her name is Self Ed Uni, so it's SELFEDUNI, and she created like this Discord kind of group where everybody just talks about everything. I don't know how familiar people are with Discord, but I wasn't really at all familiar. So I just said, let me go down, download it. Um, Obviously, I'm not gonna lie, I downloaded it because her just aesthetic and her vibe, I was just feeling it. So I went and I downloaded the Discord app, and she has like so many different groups. She has like a book club, a journaling, meditation, like all these different groups. And in one of the groups, in the book club group, all these people were talking about this book called Atomic Habits. And if you have seen my TikToks before, you would have seen that I posted like your self help books where I've read like You Can Heal Your Life, Atomic Habits, but I read Atomic Habits so long ago that I was just like, you know what? When I first read that book, I loved it and it got me out of my little funk previously. So I said, let me read it again. And I downloaded the book and I have been reading it, and I literally read like a chapter a day, maybe like a chapter and a half if I'm feeling in the mood for that. But it has helped me so much. Like, I take notes with that book, first of all, because you can never like take enough notes for me when it comes to like reading, especially books like that, self help books. I like to take a lot of notes, and I do have a journal that I do take my like reading notes, or like if I listen to a podcast that gives like good information, I'll write down my notes in that journal. I told you guys I have literally like one, two, three. I'm sitting right here looking, so let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 journals. Do I need 8 journals? No. But I mean, they all have a purpose. So motivated than I did. And the mindset mentor. Um, I was listening to that podcast and I just instantly got motivation again. Like, I came home from doing like groceries and all that stuff, and I was like, what can I do to maximize my day? Because even like journaling, like I like to journal. I'll usually journal every day, and I wasn't even journaling. I wasn't even writing down my thoughts. So I think like all of those things combined, like I was just like, okay, enough is enough. Like, I have to get myself out of this little funk, this little like mood that I'm in. So I was obviously on TikTok, and I can't remember her name. I wish I could give her credit, but there was this girl on there, and she was talking about how she used to be super, super lazy, and she read the 5 seconds rule. I think that's what it's called, the 5 second rule book, about how if you want to do something, you have to do it within those 5 seconds. And I'll explain a little bit. So let's say I want to do the dishes, but I'm just like, oh my God, there's so many dishes. Like, I don't want to do those dishes. I have to get up within those 5 seconds, because if not, then my brain will start making excuses for why I shouldn't do the dishes and I should just keep laying down watching TV. So I've tried that a couple times and it's worked for me. And where I'll do, like, if I'm gonna go to the gym, like this morning I went to the gym, I did a 45-minute workout and I felt amazing after. But that's what I did. Like, I got up, I said, should I go to the gym or should I sit, record first, and then go to the gym? And I was like, five, four, three, two, one. And then I have to get up. And I'm like, let me just get up, put my workout stuff on, and go to the gym. That way, that's done for the day, and I have the rest of my day to do whatever I want. So I like that. And I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. I wish I had her name so you guys could go check it out. But between that TikTok and on Instagram, I came across this profile, and her name is, let me see if I can find it for you guys. Dun dun dun. Let me see. Don't judge me, okay? But I have been reading that book, and it's just so, like, even in the first couple pages of me reading that book, I just felt so. Another thing that I do is I love to try like new food, or just like go out and like experience something new or different if I'm not in a good mood. And my boyfriend has been dying for some good Caribbean food. So that was one of those things, like I said, that kind of like, we went out, we went into the city, we got some food. We're those people that like sometimes we'll eat there, but we just wanted to like bring the food home. So we got the food, we brought the food home, we watched a movie, and that was like our little thing. And then, so that was Saturday. And then Sunday, like, I had a good day Saturday. Sunday, I woke up and I was like, you know what? I feel a little bit better. Let's change some things. So that was that. But yeah, like, I wasn't fully doing skincare the way I usually do skincare. Like, I was just in such a weird place. And now I'm not. And it's like, it's hard to kind of get yourself out of those little like ruts and those little funks. And if I wanted to, I probably could just kept going. Speaking of, hate feeling stuck. I hate feeling like negative energy within me, and that's how I was feeling these past couple weeks. Like, I literally just felt so negative. I just felt so blah. Like, I honestly just felt terrible.
If you're trying to start a podcast and you haven't heard about Anchor, then girl, keep listening, because it is the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. They have so many different tools that can allow you to record or edit your podcast directly from your phone or your computer. They can even distribute the podcast for you so you can listen in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more. I love that you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's literally everything that you need to make a podcast in one place. Go and download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, that's ANCHOR.FM, to get started.
Then in my head and my mental health, it'll just go left, right? Like, I'll just think, there's no time. And then the next day, the same thing, there's no time. So yesterday I did a good job of like time management and still picking time and picking points to where I can do things that make me happy. And another thing, I think in the book, I don't remember what chapter it was, but it said if you knock out 2 habits at one time. So for example, I went to the gym today and I was on the treadmill for a little bit doing like 12:3:30, but instead of doing 12:3:30, I did like 12:3:25. I got off 5 minutes early. But I read, and I read the Atomic Habits book. So I was walking and I was on the treadmill, but I was also reading my book. And that helps a lot. Like when I'm driving, I'll listen to a podcast. If I'm cooking, I will listen to a podcast, or I'll listen to, I don't know, some fun music, because I don't really listen to audio books, which is interesting because I like podcasts, but I don't like audiobooks. Like I just tune out when it comes to audiobooks. I like to have like the actual book so that my eyes are like reading the words, if that makes sense, and then I retain the information more. Um, but I'll knock out two habits that I want to get done at the same time, and then it makes me feel like I've accomplished more throughout the day, and then I'll feel better. So definitely give that a try. Another way I got out of this little like funk that I was in was I what is going on? I don't know what my neighbor is doing upstairs. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's like super loud. Um another anyway, anyway, another way I got out of my little funk is, spending time with my boyfriend's family. And like I've said this before, and I mentioned it before, where you have to spend time with like your friends and your family, but we tend to see them on like a weekly basis. So like we'll go over one weekend, or we'll go out and get some like ice cream or do some stuff, and it's fun and it's refreshing to kind of just like catch up with them and see what's going on, and just, be outside of the house. So that was another way that I kind of like pushed myself out of this little funk that I have, because his family, they're hilarious, first of all, but they're so different from me. They're so loud. They are like, there's always a debate or something going on. Like it's just fun. They're fun to be around. So when we're around them very often, it definitely helps me a lot. Especially because I don't have my family down here. Like I miss my family so much, but I don't get to see them as often as we see his family. So it's nice to, still have some family around. The author mentioned that in the Atomic Habits book, that you build your lifestyle based on like your habits, and it's kind of like a loop. So if I am continuing to create bad habits, or if I'm continuing to feed into these bad habits, then eventually I will lead a lifestyle of like all these bad habits where, I'm not doing anything that's going to motivate me. I'm not doing anything fun. I'm not cooking. I'm not putting anything healthy into my body. Like if I'm doing all of these bad habits, then I will just continue with all those bad habits, and then it'll be hard to break. But if I just do 1% of something good every day, then eventually it will lead to the life that I want to live. So that's kind of like how I'm taking every day is, I can't always have good days, or can't always have good things happen throughout every single day, but I want to make sure that I am having good moments, or good days outweigh the bad moments and the bad days. So, like yesterday, I had a great day, went to work, did some outside work for like stuff that I want to do, and then I said, you know what? I'll watch like 30 minutes of TV. And I just watched, what did I watch? Oh, Shark Week, because ever since I was a little girl, I've always loved Shark Week. When people ask me what ocean animal I would be if I had to pick one, I would say a shark, because I just think that sharks are cool. And, I don't know, that's pretty much it. So, um, yeah, I just watched like 30 minutes of Shark Week, and then, I did my yoga, I did like my wind down routine for the night, and I called it a night. But it wouldn't have been without like, I couldn't have done that if I didn't think that I could do all of those things. When I have my days where I'm like, oh my God, there's no time in the day for me. Like, there's no time to do the things that I want to do that I'm passionate about. There's no time for me to sit and like spend time with my boyfriend or these things. With that said, if you guys have any comments or if you guys have any topics you would like me to talk about, then make sure to leave a listener message, which is super cool because I can play it on here so you guys can hear yourselves, which is awesome. Or DM me, send me an email on my website. You can do all of those things. So make sure you go check that out if you want me to talk about anything. Also, share your habits with me. Maybe you guys have some habits that I don't know about, and then I can start doing them. So, definitely send me some of your habits, some of your like ways that you get out of a funk, and make sure you tune in for next week's episode because it is going to be a special one. Thanks so much for tuning in with me, and I will speak to you next Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week. Definitely leave me some messages and tell me what are some habits that you like to do, as well as if you kind of combine your habits the way I do. The next thing that I did was start working out again. I moved into this apartment and I was doing so well. I was going to the gym almost every day. And then I started to work more. And then I couldn't go to the gym as much as I was prior. So, like a couple months ago, I was going to the gym super, super heavy and I was enjoying it. And then I started to work a couple more hours and I couldn't go to the gym as much as I could. So I kind of like fell off a little bit, but like occasionally here and there I would go to the gym and at least do like 15 minutes of something. Or like I would be at home and do like 15 or 20 minutes of something, whether it was like a 20-minute yoga session or like at least just 20 minutes of moving. And I move a lot throughout the day because I do work with kids. So we will occasionally go to the park if the kid needs a break, or we'll take a walk. So I'm like moving throughout the day a lot, but still, like, I like to have that time where I focus and just focus in on one thing. But since this past Sunday, and it's only been a couple of days, but since this past Sunday, I've been consistently working out, and I have to say that it has helped me so much. I have so much more energy. I feel like once I knock out my workout, I have so much more time to do whatever I want if I'm not working. Because if I'm working, then it's a different story. Then I'll do like my workout, which I typically do in the morning. And then I will like make breakfast, make a smoothie, go to work, and then, continue with my day. But if I do have a day off, then I will typically like wake up, have a longer workout session than usual. Because like sometimes I'll just do like a 20-minute or a 30-minute workout. But if I do have days off, I will typically try to work out from like 45 minutes to an hour. And then I'll come home, I'll take a shower, and I'll like get breakfast ready. Because for me, I don't care. It can be 5 o'clock in the afternoon. If I'm like just waking up, I need breakfast food. I don't want like dinner or a salad or I don't know, like any type of other food. So even like today, I had breakfast at noon or 1 o'clock, and I had an actual breakfast. Like I had eggs, I had bacon, all of that. Yesterday, because I had to go to work, I did have like just a smoothie and some like boiled eggs that like I can take with me. But if I am home, I will usually make a bigger breakfast than what I would typically do if I am working. So those are like my three things that I have. I started reading this Atomic Habits book, which I love. I forgot how much I loved the book um, when I read it the first time. So I'm reading that again, and I am loving it. If you guys have not read it already, you need to go check it out. I will link it on my website. I have the other book that I read some weeks back, The Untethered Soul, and that's a smaller book, and it was a great book too. You guys have to go check it out. Maybe I'll talk about it in a different episode, but I have that book on there. I have the earrings that I've been loving, that I've been wearing, and I'll link the Atomic Habits book if you guys want me to link it on my website. But that's the book that I've been reading that's been kind of like getting me out of my head. I've been working out very often, every day almost, and we're still like making time to gonna go see his family or just, stepping out of the house, whether it's to go somewhere with our dogs or just like stepping out of the house and getting some fresh air is what I have been doing. And I have to say, I have been enjoying it.